broadcasting private parts, one-sided catfights, and taking a dump on the bed. These celebs had no problem airing their dirty laundry in public, and they didn't care who was caught in the crossfire. Kanye West has made some wild confessions over the years that have had to hurt his ex-wife Kim Kardashian. On more than one occasion, he's used social media or interviews to share intimate and even cruel things about her and her family. One of his most notable confessions appeared to be when he revealed at a 2021 campaign rally that they considered aborting their eldest child, North. He told the crowd, "Even if my wife were to divorce me after this speech, she brought North into the world, even when I didn't want to. I almost killed my daughter." Kardashian must have made it clear to him that this admission upset her, since he later took to Instagram to apologize. In a since-deleted video, he stated, "I embarrassed my wife in the way that I presented information about our family during the one, and thank God, only press conference." Where West was concerned, Kardashian was always seemingly ready to take the high road.
I'm always super protective of Kanye and not sharing a lot of the negative things that have happened.
It didn't help, however, that he continued to share what Kardashian felt was false information about them.
Kanye posted, "I can't see the kids," and I'm like, "You were here this morning. Stop with this narrative."
Yeah.
I can't take it anymore.
At this point, it's pretty well known that NBA player Tristan Thompson cheated on Khloe Kardashian multiple times. And while he didn't exactly confess so much as he got caught, he did admit to his 2021 affair with personal trainer Mariah Nichols, in court documents at least. However, that was only after Nichols claimed Thompson had fathered her baby and sued him for child support. The Daily Mail published these court documents, within which Thompson revealed the nature of his and Nichols' relationship. He asserted, "Our relationship was based on sex. We would not have seen each other if we were not going to have sex." Thompson also admitted to using Snapchat to arrange their hookups since the messages would be deleted. Although he had reportedly offered Nichols $75,000 to have an abortion, she had the child, which indeed turned out to be Thompson's. During all this, the basketball star was still dating Kardashian, who of course was devastated over him having another affair. What made matters worse was that he didn't confess it to her first.
A courtesy would be not doing it, but fine, if you do it, you're not even going to give me a heads up for the rest of the world.
She continued, "It's just an additional slap in my face. It's humiliating. I'm embarrassed." Thanks to a confession from his ex-fiancée, Ariana Grande, Pete Davidson isn't just known for being funny. In 2018, a fan, referring to the interlude named after Davidson on Grande's Sweetener album, tweeted at the pop star, "How long is Pete?" Grande apparently decided to take the opportunity to wisecrack about some intimate details concerning her then-betrothed, responding, "Like 10 inches? Oh, I mean, like a little over a minute." Grande was presumably only joking around, but she continued to dish about Davidson's anatomy even after their breakup. In her music video for Thank You Next, she'd written beneath a photo of him in her Mean Girls Burn book, "Huge." She alluded to it again in another scene, where she and Jennifer Coolidge were having a conversation at a nail salon.
I mean, he was really cute, you know? He was really cute.
Yeah.
And it was really big.
While this would probably be a compliment for some men, Davidson was actually upset with Grande's admission. During a 2019 stand-up set in Brooklyn, he revealed that he felt uneasy about her repeated references to his size. He also went on to suggest that her statements may have been part of a cunning plan, joking, "She is a very tiny girl, right? She has very tiny hands. Everything is fun size to her, okay? You sit back and you're like, why? Why would you do that? It's so that every girl who me for the rest of my life is disappointed. It's genius." If you were a fan of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, then you probably already know that Kris Jenner was none too pleased about the confessions her ex, Caitlyn Jenner, made in her memoir, The Secrets of My Life. It appeared Kris was most upset regarding the claims that she had always known about her partner's gender identity issues, especially since the former Olympic gold medalist alleged that she'd often presented herself as a woman to Kris. Caitlyn wrote, "The idea that she was later shocked by my transition is equally shocking to me. It implies that I left her in the dark about the severity of my struggles." In an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kris revealed that she was rattled by Caitlyn's confession, saying, "I've never been so angry and disappointed in somebody in my whole life."
I'm not going to be used as a person who benefits someone else's life just to make them look better.
Kim Kardashian likewise came to her mother's defense on The Ellen DeGeneres Show, saying, "Tell your story, but just don't bash other people. It's not tasteful."
Caitlyn has every right to feel however she feels, but why bring my mom into it one more time?
Still, during an appearance on GMA, Caitlyn didn't seem too concerned that her confession hurt Kris.
And obviously when you do a book like that, there's different opinions.
She added, "Hey, it's a reality show. It is drama, but I'm just kind of sorry she went down that road." Sarah Jessica Parker seemed not only distressed, but baffled when her former Sex and the City co-star, Kim Cattrall, confessed that there was a rift between them. The drama seemingly first started in 2017 when Cattrall told Piers Morgan, "We've never been friends."
I really think she could have been nicer. I don't know what her issue is.
Cattrall later escalated the drama on her Instagram account after Parker offered her condolences for her brother's death. Cattrall wrote, "Your continuous reaching out is a painful reminder of how cruel you really were then and now. Stop exploiting our tragedy in order to restore your nice girl persona." Parker was seemingly disturbed by Cattrall's admission, as well as the allegations that they were in a catfight. In 2018, she tried to shut the rumor mill down on Extra.
I'm not in a fight. I've never fought with Kim. This is someone who chose to talk about something. And
4 years later, while speaking with The Hollywood Reporter, Parker claimed that Cattrall's perspective wasn't correct, saying, "I've spent a lot of years working really hard to always be decent to everybody on the set, and there just isn't anyone else who's ever talked about me this way. There is not a fight going on. There has been no public dispute or spat or conversations or allegations made by me or anybody on my behalf. There has been one person talking." It's hard to talk about celebrity confessions that hurt other stars without mentioning Eminem and Mariah Carey. The rapper's disclosure that they hooked up apparently upset Carey for years. According to In Touch, the drama started back in 2001 when Carey asked the rapper to help her with her album Charm Bracelet. While Eminem claimed they dated for a few months, Carey maintained that they'd only hung out a handful of times. Things intensified when Eminem started blasting Carey in his songs like Superman. He even appeared to confirm that he'd ended the relationship, telling Rolling Stone, "On the whole personal level, I'm not really feeling it. I just don't like her as a person." Carey clearly didn't like him talking about her and took jabs at him in her own song Clown. During an interview on Larry King Live, she also vehemently denied that they ever had a romantic relationship.
I think I was probably with them total of 4 times, and I don't consider that dating somebody.
Carey and Eminem continued to poke fun at each other via their concerts and respective song lyrics. The hero singer even went as far as to release the diss track Obsessed in 2009, which also mocked the rapper in the music video. Eminem fired back with The Warning, which shared some pretty intimate details about their alleged time together. If they ever really were a couple, it's safe to say it wasn't a good breakup. The Johnny Depp and Amber Heard defamation trial was practically everywhere thanks to all the juicy accusations that came from it. One of Depp's confessions concerning Heard, however, was likely the most memorable since it involved him accusing her of having purposely pooped in their bed. The Hollywood Vampires guitarist claimed that a housekeeper had found fecal matter on Depp's side of the mattress. Since the couple had been arguing, he suggested the defecation belonged to Heard.
It was so bizarre and so grotesque that I could only laugh.
One of Depp's security guards also testified that Heard had told him about the offending article when he was driving her that day.
We had a conversation pertaining to the surprise she left in the boss's bed, a horrible practical joke gone wrong.
While she reportedly attempted to blame it on their dogs, Depp suggested it couldn't have come from their teacup Yorkies. Unsurprisingly, Heard appeared to be mortified by Depp's divulgence. During her own testimony, she insisted she didn't think it was funny.
I was not also in a pranking mood. My life was falling apart. That's disgusting.
Instead, the star asserted that her dogs were responsible and claimed that one of them had bowel issues.